Hello tout le monde, c'est Bonhomme. Aujourd'hui, on se retrouve pour le 3e épisode de Vale. Donc, la dernière fois, qu'est-ce qu'on avait fait? On avait commencé avec un mini-jeu assez énervant. Ouais, il fallait aller chercher des abeilles plus, et les mettre dans un seau, c'était assez énervant. Je vais passer beaucoup de temps dessus. Ensuite, on avait continué, on avait appris quelques mouvements à l'épée et on avait appris à utiliser l'arc. On avait découvert une ville incendiée. On avait continué et on s'est fait attaquer par des pirates. Et oui, c'était un passage qu'on n'avait pas réussi à faire. Qu'on va faire aujourd'hui. Donc, on va essayer. J'ai essayé, c'est ça, de le faire. Ce bout qui est assez énervant, mais je pense que c'est faisable. Hein. Donc, moi, j'espère que ça va. Sinon, moi, ça va très bien. Donc, on commence.
Main continue game.
Continue game. Allez, on va sauter les dialogues parce qu'on les connaît. Oh non, on peut pas dans ce jeu.
You look worried,
Chief.
I don't like boats.
Not to worry then. This is more of a makeshift raft.
Nearly drowned as a child. Slipped into the castle reservoir. My brother was there to pull me out. Theo was always there when I needed him.
Well, do your best not to fall in. I can't swim.
Ferryman, how much farther to Rivertown?
My name's Kadir. Do you always go around calling people by their occupation?
Will we be on the water much longer, Kadir?
Not long now. Ah, hell, what's this now? They know I don't ferry anything valuable. No offense.
Pirates?
2 boats. If you have steel on hand, I'd flash it now. They'll dump you in the river as soon as rob you.
You don't sound that worried.
Killing the ferryman is bad for business. Hey! Watch it with the arrows!
Shepard, get behind my shield.
They're coming aboard.
I can hear the coin.
Ah, pouette. Non, il faut vraiment utiliser le bouclier.
Ah, hell, what's this now? They know I don't ferry anything valuable. No offense. Hey! Watch it with the arrows!
Shepard, get behind my shield.
They're coming aboard.
You're not from around here, are you?
Alex! Go!
Ah, sérieux? Bon, faut que je retrouve le truc, hein.
Pirates.
Ah, hell, what's this now? They know I don't ferry anything valuable. No offense.
Si je rate encore, je vais faire une pause juste
Hey!
parce que je
Watch it with the arrows!
Shepard, get behind my shield.
J'avais quasiment eu la dernière fois en plus.
Coming aboard.
I can hear the coin on you.
Another boat.
Op 27, op 20, modes, paramètres, quitter, mélangeur, curseur, propre, commande, paramètres, quitter, mélangeur, propre, curseur de numérique, commande. Mélangeur, commande, fenêtre, mettre en pause, l'enregistre, non coché, mettre en, deville, fenêtre, op 20, deville,
Game
je
options
pense avoir
menu.
compris.
Game difficulty settings.
Donc, on va retenter. Donc, je suis mort encore une fois, mais... Je pense
Pirates.
que c'est faisable.
Ah, hell, what's this now? They know I don't ferry anything valuable. No offense. Hey! Watch it with the arrows!
Shepard, get behind my shield.
Alors là, on se protège à cause de ça.
Coming aboard.
I can hear the coin on you.
Another boat, Alex.
Just give us what we want.
Ah non.
Pirates.
Ah, hell, what's this now? They know I don't ferry anything valuable. No offense. Hey! Watch it with the arrows!
Shepard, get behind my shield.
Coming aboard.
You're not from around here, are you?
Alex. Okay. Another boat, Alex.
Hand over the coin.
Alex.
Ah non, je pense que je les ai tous eus. Mais je suis mort en même temps.
Pirates.
Ah, hell, what's this
Oh, j'ai
now?
compris.
They know I don't ferry anything valuable. No offense.
C'est pas simple, hein.
Hey! Watch it with the arrows!
Shepard, get behind my shield.
C'est vraiment mieux fait qu'à Blind Legend, c'est beaucoup plus dur, hein.
Coming aboard.
Ce point-là, je peux le faire réserver. Ah, bouette.
Alex. Another boat, Alex.
Just give us what we want.
Back, Alex. Good.
Oh, Jésus.
Is that the last of them?
Yes.
Those lot were amateurs. The pirates downstream won't be so easy. Here we are, river town.
We don't plan on
C'est la
staying
ville
long.
de la rivière.
How will we find you when we are ready to leave?
I ring the bell when I'm heading out. I gather you intend to travel east.
That is the plan, yes.
I don't take travelers past the Oxbow.
How far is that?
About 5 miles.
How much do you want? To take us all the way to the King's Road?
How much? We are not haggling here. I don't go past the Oxbow.
Any thoughts on how we get back to the King?
Game options menu. Use arrow keys to
Donc là, il
cycle
nous a
through
dit,
menu
ouais, on va passer
options.
on est à la ville de la rivière, on doit continuer vers l'est. Il dit, ouais, le voyage va pas être si facile.
Kingdom.
Become a pirate?
Devenir un pirate.
Good luck.
Bonne chance.
Let's have a look around. See if we can find the way east.
Trop important.
There's a copper for a blind old woman. Like me a purse for old Maggie.
On est dans un petit village.
Spare a copper for a
Bien
blind
l'ambiance.
old woman.
J'adore l'ambiance.
Like me a purse for old Maggie. Right, yes, sir. Spare a copper for a blind old woman. Like me a purse for old Maggie. Not much else to spend it on round here. May as well put it in the cup. Hello, princess.
What do you mean by princess?
Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire
I
par
call all little girls princess.
I'm hardly a little girl.
Insults will not get you copper.
You think I'm here for copper? Old Maggie is just here to help. So I'm going to give you 3 simple rules for getting by in Riverton. Rule 1, stay out of the swamp. Rule 2, keep 2 hands on the tiller. Rule 3, everything makes its way downstream one way or another.
Words to live by, I'm sure. Let's go, Alex.
Buy me a purse for old Maggie. Just a copper a day keeps old Maggie from the... Good day to you, princess. Spare a copper for a blind old woman. Spare a copper for a blind old woman.
Fish, fresh from the river this morning. Fish, fish. Copies, green gills, stonehead. Hey, you with the bow.
Me?
Don't suppose you like fish?
I don't mind it.
Well, I hate fish. Have all my life.
And you sell it?
Born into fishmongering, you can't choose your parents, can you?
No, you can't.
It puts food on the table, mostly fish, of course. But we used to get regular shipments of venison and salt pork before the pirates took to the river. I could pay decent if you were to put that bow to work.
What do you consider decent?
5 copper for rabbit, 15 for boar or deer. You won't find a fairer price in town. I'm also the only butcher.
You must be desperate, Alex. That's a very good price.
Press spacebar to take up this quest.
Alors,
Alt key to pass.
là, on va prendre une carte pour avoir de l'argent. Hein. Donc, il nous dit, ouais, t'aimes ça le poisson, tout ça. Je prends la carte. On va le prendre.
We'll do it. I'll let you know what the wood has to offer.
Good hunting.
Chaque fois que je prends une carte, je me demande toujours si je vais réussir. Mais bon,
Wait, I see something. It's a rabbit.
c'est un lapin. Ah! Je pense qu'il veut manger autre chose que du poisson, en fait.
Another way then.
Mais où le lapin?
She's gone. There's another one.
Aha!
Close. Aim a bit to the right. Ah, just missed. Just a little to the left. Just missed. Aim a bit to the left. Ah, just missed. A bit to the right.
J'arrive même pas à chercher le lapin. Dans le pied.
Close. A bit to the right. It's gone. Wait. There's another one over there. Ah, just missed. Aim a bit to the right. Good shot.
Aha!
It's down. We should bag one more before leaving.
Oh, il est là.
You hit it. It's down. Well done. I think that's all for today.
Very nice. I can make the wife some nice gloves to boot. 5 copper each, as I promised.
You have gained 10 copper.
Oh, non, mais 10 comme.
Where now?
Corby's, Greengill, Stonehenge. Corby's, Greengill, Stonehenge. Fish, fresh from the river this morning. Corby's, Greengill, Stonehenge.
Like the affairs for old Maggie. Spare a copper for a blind old woman.
Corby's, Greengill, Stonehenge.
Maggie thanks you. Just a copper a day. Old Maggie from the grave. Not much else to spend it on round here. May as well put it in the cup. Might be a herd for old Maggie. Spare a copper for a blind old woman. Maggie, thank you.
If you're looking for veils, I only have some materials for fishhooks until the iron comes in.
How long will that be?
Your guess is as good as mine. I fear my supplier met us bandits on the road.
What would you pay us if we were to uncover the fate of the supplier?
Very little if the iron is gone. You can have your choice of wares if you can recover the shipment. What do you say?
Press spacebar to take up this quest. Alt key to pass.
We're in.
Beautiful. I'll be here waiting, making smaller and smaller fishhooks.
Ouais, il dit qu'il faut aller battre des bandits.
There's not much of a road here. Wait, Alex. I see something.
What is it?
Blood. A few days old. Keep a hand on your steel.
Donc, il a vu du sang.
Cart tracks head off the road here. Whoever was bleeding was dragged off in the other direction. This is not a good situation, Alex. We should cut our losses and head back.
We came all this way.
Fine. Which way do you want to go?
Use down and up arrow keys to cycle options.
Follow the blood.
Press space.
Or the cart. The blood. The cart. The blood.
It's a morbid thought, but a body will have more to tell us, won't it?
All right. Stay close.
How far have we been walking?
Too far. This is a long way to drag a body. And there's something else.
What?
I've yet to see a footprint. Or an animal track. Just drag marks and blood.
Hold on. I hear something. Just ahead. Follow me.
I see them.
What is it?
Wolves feeding on a horse.
Wolves dragged a horse?
Not possible. Something else must have dragged it here. The wolves came later. We need to go now, Alex.
I have to agree.
They're coming for us. Ready your weapon. What's gotten into them? We need to get out of these woods.
We'll take a quick look for the cart on the way out?
Fine.
I smell a fire.
There's a clearing ahead. Looks like bandits. 4 of them. I can see the cart. And the body of the merchant.
They murdered him.
We should let the blacksmith come and get it himself.
There's something out there.
They know we're here. We could walk out there. Try to talk with them.
Or I start loosing arrows.
Your call. I follow your lead.
Can you see what that is?
Is it the militia?
Or whatever slaughtered that horse? Come out! We don't want trouble.
Show yourself.
Not bad. Good.
Don't move, or I'll let loose again.
Easy now.
The iron merchant. Why did you murder him?
He was dead when we found him, honestly. There's not a scratch on him. Look.
Shepherd?
He looks untouched.
Why did you take the wagon?
We wanted to sell it, but we were afraid that the dead merchant would bring you here.
Bring us here?
The local militia.
Wait a minute. You're not the militia. It's just the 2 of you out here.
The others have followed the blood trail. They'll be back shortly.
I don't believe you. This is for the arrow. Truce! I call a truce! Why are you out here?
We were sent by the smith. We're taking the iron cart.
How are we going to do that without a horse?
Good point.
Look, we don't want to stay out here. You saw the blood on the road. Whatever attacked the wagon, drag the horse into the woods, and kill the driver without touching him. We'll bring the iron into town with you, if you tell the militia we didn't kill the merchant.
All right. You have a deal.
Donc, il dit, si tu nous tues pas, on va pas tuer. On va pas tuer, je pense, les gens que tu aimes. Mais, on va te l'arrêter.
Ah, my shipment. Who are your friends?
Woodsman. At the camp, near where we found the cart.
No need to say more. Bird travels fast around here. Sorry you had to see the nasty business.
Did you know the driver?
I didn't, actually. He was sent by the smelter. It just bothers me when someone comes into misfortune while in my service. Thinking at it now, I should have ordered earlier. Or risked it downriver. Anyhow. The forge is fired up. Tell you what, it takes this bit of silver. If you come back here, it will buy you any of the weapons I make.
Thank you. We'll stop by before leaving.
You have gained 50 copper in coin and salvage.
Where to, Alex?
Thank you, sir. Spare a copper for a blind old woman.
Elle est dans le piano,
We're at the inn. It is busy. A lot of people passing through Rivertown.
Press spacebar to enter. Alt key to leave.
Ils ont l'air occupés, la fois de rentrer, j'ai assistance.
If you want to move anything on the water, you'll have to get in with the pirates.
Will they accept coin for passage?
They're not about to accept coin that they already take freely. You need to plead your case with the washerwoman.
The washerwoman?
Her entire family is in with the pirates. She sends them signals down the river with the way she hangs the clothes. You'll find her down at the docks. Sunrise to sunset.
De Vale, 27 Mélangeur transit du reboot. Commande arrêter l'enregistrement casse à cocher. Démarrer la mode param. Quitter mélangeur curseur UAOD propriété curseur de Vale. De Vale fenêtre. 27 de Vale.
Game options menu.
Thank you.
We should talk to a few more people before heading to the docks.
Use down and up arrow keys to cycle through interaction.
Miss,
What is it, child?
I'm traveling with my father and brother. They've gone missing.
Missing? Here in town?
No, my brother and I were playing by the mire. Hugo got lost and my father went in to look for him. They haven't come out and no one here will help me.
Alex, we don't have time for this.
Press spacebar to take up this quest.
You two would do nicely. We're looking for travelers unknown to the locals. With Odetta on the road east, bandits have turned to the river. Merchants downstream will pay us big to end their pirating.
What would you need of us?
Hardly nothing. We load you up, send you down. When the pirates show up, we'll do the rest.
Sounds dangerous.
We've 10 ex-soldiers from Braga Gap. You two would unite.
I've done it again.
You two would do...
Will you help me find my father and brother?
Press spacebar to take up this...
You two would...
Will you help me find my father and brother?
Press spacebar to take up this quest. Alt key to pass.
You two would do nicely. We're looking for travelers unknown to the locals.
I've done it again. The stable master is going to kill me.
What have you done, girl?
A horse I was watering got away. It belongs to a rich patron. I came in here hoping that someone might be able to help me. It's up in the meadow, above town, but I can't corral it by myself.
What can you offer us for help?
Nothing but my thanks. That's the problem, isn't it?
Press spacebar to take up this quest. Alt key to pass.
You two would do nicely. We're looking for travelers unknown to the locals. With Odetta on the road...
Could you please help me with the horse? I can't lose another job.
Press spacebar to take up this...
We can help.
What are you doing? We need to focus on getting you home. How's this going to help us?
It will help me sleep better.
Thank you. We'll go now.
J'ai pas trop compris la quête, mais...
There she is. In the center of the pasture.
You're the shepherd? What do we do?
We'll spread out and move in on it slowly. Nice and slow, Alex. Slowly, Alex, or it will run off again.
Okay. Nope. Another way then. Nope. Not this way. Oh. Another way then. Okay.
Parce qu'il faut pas faire peur au cheval.
Okay. Ah. Another way then.
Nice and slow, Alex.
Essaye d'approcher le cheval, je pense. Ah, ouais. C'est pas très intéressant.
Slowly.
Shh, 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 shh. Easy, girl. You did it. Thank you.
Ah, le récit.
I am forever in your debt.
You're quite welcome.
Ah, je pense qu'elle voulait pas perdre son cheval, en fait, si j'ai compris.
Where to, Alex?
What do you want? I'm full up today if you're looking for laundering.
We were told that you could help us get past the pirate blockade.
Well, you were told wrong. I wash, I dry, I charge 2 copper a basket.
Can we help you then? Hang these up?
Put that down. I did it all wrong.
There is a militia in town. A rough bunch in need of washing. We could bring them down.
Easy, Shepherd. We were told you work for the pirates, and I need to get down the river to see my family. I have little to offer, or steal for that matter, but I have little choice but to rely on the kindness of strangers, like yourself.
What makes you think I have kindness to spare?
Surely anyone can understand what it is to be in need.
Perhaps you would do me a kindness in exchange.
Perhaps. What do you need?
My daughters and eldest son joined the pirates after my husband left with the garrison. My youngest boy, Alphonse, is still with me. But his sisters will come for him. And he too would be lost to the river.
What can we do?
Take him south, to my brother. He is a good man, a tradesman. He can offer him more than I can here. Would you do this?
Press spacebar to take up this quest. Alt key to pass.
We'll help you.
For safe passage on the river.
Yes. Safe passage for safe passage. You have my word.
Alphonse, is it? Do you know your uncle well?
Never met him.
Your mother says he's a good man.
My mother also said I could join my sisters after the winter. What's wrong with your eyes?
What's wrong with your manners?
It's okay, Shepherd. I'm blind.
How do you get around like that?
With practice and patience. With the help of a stick. With the help of my friend here. With the help of a weapon if need be. We all need help sometimes. You don't think your uncle could help you? Help you find an honest life?
I want my own life. My mother sends me off with a blind woman and a cripple.
We'll get you to your uncle safely.
Not if I can help it. Good luck finding me.
Alphonse, wait!
Why can't anything be easy?
We'll get him back. Let's go.
Il veut pas. Évidemment.
I can hear him, just ahead.
Careful, Alex. You're going to kill yourself. I'm going to kill myself.
Help! Help!
Il dit help, help.
Wolves! Help! Get back!
Wolves! A pack!
Encore des loups.
Careful, Alex. I've never seen wolves act like this. Yes, Alex. What struck us? Are you okay, boy?
Don't touch me. I just want to be with my family, with my sisters. Can't you see that?
I can. I wanted to be with my brother and I was forced to leave him. I'm stuck out here. Hundreds of miles from home because of a choice that was made for me.
What do you want to do, Alex?
Use down and up arrow keys to cycle option.
Take him to his uncle. To his sisters.
tu vas sauver son oncle ou sa sœur.
To his uncle. To his sisters. To his uncle.
Sometimes the choices others make are for the best, even if we can't see it. I have to take you to your uncle. I made a promise to your mother.
Fine. I'll go.
Ok, j'ai compris. Donc sa mère voulait revoir son frère, mais son fils était parti.
Thank you for bringing my nephew to me.
How is he?
Resting. He'll be up and ready for work in no time.
Your sister just wants him to be safe.
Not much trouble he can get into out here. Mind you, with the way the wolves have been lately, we'll keep him close to the house.
What is it you do? Your sister said you're a tradesman.
I make coffins for proper burial. Only coffin maker for 100 miles. No kids of my own, so Alphonse can help the wife and I keep up with the demand. Never slows down, the coffin business. Not the happiest time, mind you, when business picks up. In the winter, usually. That horde just missed us. That would have been a boon. Would have been sad, though.
Ah. Well, take care.
You as well. Send my regards to my sister. And if you ever need a coffin, come see us.
We will. Thank you.
Bless you, child.
I'm sure Alphonse will be safe and happy someday.
If you give this coin to the ferryman, he'll take you to the King's Road. No questions asked.
Thank you for helping me.
Oh, I didn't do this for you, girl. I did it for your parents. I hope they see you soon.
Ah.
Alors,
yes.
ouais, merci.
Oh, and take this to keep you safe on your travels. I've been using it for a scrubbing board, but I imagine you'll make better use of it.
You have gained a quality wooden shield. Your old shield is worth 15 copper and will be added to your coin total.
It sounds like the ferryman's heading out. We can go see what this special coin will buy us.
Not this way. Nope. Okay. Okay. Not this way. Nope. Another way then.
Hello again.
We'd like you to take us to the King's Road. We have payment.
I told you. I don't... Wait. Where did you get that?
We were told it did not matter.
Right you are. Climb aboard when you're ready.
We should think about setting out.
When you are ready to travel, press the Tab key to bring up the character menu and select the travel map.
Voilà. Alors, on va pouvoir voyager.
Character men travel map.
We are here in Rivertown. The mountain pass is a 5-day journey from where the ferry meets the King's Road.
Press spacebar to begin travel. Press...
Alors, à quoi ça sert de notre... Oh, c'est pour les quêtes, en fait. Oh, bon. Oh, la musique est fantastique, par contre. C'est bien.
This is it. The King's Road is just up the bank. I have to warn you, the gentle parts of the Vale are behind you now. The mountain pass, heading into winter, isn't for the faint of heart.
We'll keep that in mind.
On a passé le
If you
côté,
did, you wouldn't take another
le côté
step.
gentil du chemin.
So long.
Maintenant, il faut attaquer la montagne.
Looks like the road is
son
clear.
hiver.
Here, take my hand, I'll help you up the bank.
La route des rois, la route
Hello,
du roi est-
Princess.
Oh! You startled me.
You're the blind woman from the market.
I prefer to be called Maggie. And you're the travellers who've been making all the fuss. Finding lost horses, running iron.
How did you make it out here?
I walked.
That's not possible.
Sure it is. You put one foot in front of the other and repeat.
I mean, you're blind. And there was no land route to get here.
There are plenty of routes if you know what you're doing. Where are you headed?
Why would that be business of yours?
You might need my help. There's safety in numbers, you know.
You might be safer, but we'll be slower.
Don't flatter yourselves. There's no substitute for life experience.
We're headed east.
I have a place along the King's Road. You can spend a night there. Break up the trip a little.
What kind of place?
It's your standard hovel, but better than the lice-infested inns along the way. No dead un will be snooping around, I can promise you that.
We'll be fine on our own. Thank you. Let's get moving.
En fait, elle nous a donné des indications sur la route.
What's the harm in escorting her back to her hovel?
We can't have her slowing us down. We need to get ahead of the horde.
I can hear her following us.
Then we happen to be sharing the road. Until wolves take her.
Unkind.
Regardless, we are not waiting for her.
Musique de voyage.
I've always loved travel at night. It's cooler, quieter, less busy. When you're in a city and walking, there's nowhere you can't go on foot. Wagons need roads, boats need rivers. Did you know that section of river you were on meanders for 20 miles? I walked less than 10.
She can move for an old crow.
Damn right I can move. Been moving most of my life. You sit still and you shrivel up. You keep moving and you find things, discover things. Some things you can't explain, so you move on to discover other things that explain those things.
I've covered more ground in the past few days than I have in all my years living in...
Stop. Both of you. Oh, don't you dare take another step.
What is it?
The woods. Do you smell it?
Pine trees.
Not the pine trees, you daft gloit.
I smell ash. A fire.
Brimstone. Look to the woods.
Something is moving. Something dark.
Wolves.
Not like I've ever seen.
Run. Now.
Take my hand.
Fuyez maintenant.
Yes, lead the way. I'll fend them off.
Ok. Le chemin. Dirigez le chemin. Encore
Here come more. No! Our rock face. We're trapped.
Get behind me.
What is she doing?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you. Alex, your weapon. It's on fire.
I know you can use the damn thing. Start swinging, girl.
Oh non.
Wolves. Terrible wolves.
You've foreseen them?
Yes.
Take my hand.
Yes, lead the way. I'll fend them off.
Here come more.
Non, faut pas faire ça.
Wolves.
Reposer pour pas être...
Terrible wolves.
You've foreseen them?
Yes.
Take my hand.
Yes, lead the way. I'll fend them off.
Here come more. No! A rock face. We're trapped.
Get behind me.
What is she doing?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you. Alex, your weapon. It's on fire.
I know you can use the damn thing. Start swinging, girl.
Oh my god. Ça va être dur.
Wolves. Terrible wolves.
You've foreseen them?
Yes.
Take my hand.
Yes, lead the way. I'll fend them off.
Here come more. No! A rock face! We're trapped.
Get behind me.
What is she doing?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you. Alex, your weapon. It's on fire.
I know you can use the damn thing. Start swinging, girl.
Yes, on est.
Are they gone?
Yes. For now.
How far is your shelter?
Not far. We'll be safe there. Follow me.
Suivez-moi. Je traduis ce que je comprends. Je comprends la globalité, comme je vous ai dit.
I'll start the fire.
What was that?
Nether wolves. Spawned by the Fae, no doubt.
No, what you did. In the woods back there.
You've never seen a blind woman throw fire around before?
No one sees that.
Oh, there's much sighted folk don't see. You know it, Princess. You see it, don't you? Glimpses of the future. Tell your friend.
I do. I see misfortune before it happens.
And flashes from the past.
When needed, yes.
You are a seer, like me. Like a rare few throughout the world. It's a power we draw from the Fae realm. The same power that brings the fire and all manner of magic.
So I could do what you do, with fire?
Perhaps. But not like me, Princess.
Why must you keep calling me Princess?
It's your title. By birth. You don't think much of old Maggie if you don't think I could see who you are. Even your friend here was able to figure that out, eh? His silence tells you all you need to know. The point is, it hardly matters. We are all in grave danger. These wolves, the Horde, none of this is by chance. You two are going to help me get to the bottom of it all.
We're headed home to Glades, to my brother.
You may not have a lot to say about where you're going. You're not likely to get through the pass without our help.
There are more of you?
I have a husband who takes up residence in the mountain village of Crow. It's near the pass. You'll shelter us while we figure out how to get you home.
Thank you, Maggie.
Merci, Maggie.
You were right. There is safety in numbers.
You two should try to get some rest. I'll keep watch tonight.
Là, on a appris quelque chose d'assez intéressant, là. On a appris qu'on était en danger. J'ai pas tout compris encore une fois, mais...
Up you get, Your Eminence.
Please, don't call me that. Is it morning already?
It is noon. We should head out.
We have 3 days' journey to Crow. I have rations, but we may have to hunt along the way.
We'll get started then.
Hold on. There are things to consider. The road ahead is notorious for bandits and other ne'er-do-wells. Maybe better to wait for nightfall.
I would rather run into bandits than more of those creatures. What does our princess think?
Use down and up arrow keys to cycle option.
We'll set out now then, with the daylight. We'll wait for nightfall. Set out now.
On va y aller là.
We'll head out now. Bandits will be a welcome change after last night. So what do these nether wolves want?
To kill. To feed. They're minions of unsavoury characters from the Fey realm. Shades and the like.
Shades?
Your mother never told you that shades would drag you away into the night if you didn't go to bed.
My mother died when I was young. The only thing my brother and I feared was our father. Oh, and according to my uncle, the endless list of enemies that were coming to murder our family, which I suppose now is mostly true.
Shades are just as real. They rarely stray from the Fey realm, but they can possess creatures from our world, like wolves, and set them about doing their work.
Good day to you ladies and gentlemen, I have to assume.
We don't want trouble, lads.
You won't be any trouble at all.
Put those away, boys. The old woman is not to be trifled with.
This old bat?
Trust me, you'll be playing with fire.
Was that supposed to mean something?
This is the part where you bring the fire, witch?
The powers of the Fey are not at your beck and call.
But it would be helpful, no?
Draw your weapon, Alex.
Oh.
You're not going to hand over your coin?
Il va encore... Ok, ils veulent encore nos pièces, eux.
Bandits. Ahead.
Bandits.
Good day to you ladies and gentlemen, I have to
Ils veulent encore nous
assume.
voler
We
nos
don't want
pièces.
trouble, lads.
You
très gentils.
won't be any trouble at all.
Who wants to go first then? You with the dog breath or horseman you over there?
Dog breath will be happy to oblige.
You're not going to hand over your coin?
I can hear the coin on you.
J'ai réussi.
Why wouldn't you use your magic?
The princess's steel was impressive enough. We can't have stories about sorcerers following us into the mountains.
On peut utiliser la magie. La princesse
You have
peut,
gained 60 copper in coin and salvage.
Ah, en tuant les bandits, on a gagné 60 copper. Ça, c'est le fun. Ah, on ronfle.
She snores worse than you.
Stand down, you blatant wazzock.
You don't think seers can accidentally cast spells in their sleep, do you?
Shepherd. What is your real name again?
Abd Rashid.
Abdal Rashid.
Not bad. Though I don't mind being called Shepherd. Reminds me of my purpose.
How long have you known who I was?
From the first. There was word about the missing princess.
And you didn't let on?
You clearly were not looking to tell me. What would be the point?
So I didn't have to keep up the act.
Donc, en gros, il veut pas nous dire.
Would you have been ordering me around as a servant?
No.
How are princesses different from shepherds?
More is expected of us.
Like what?
My brother was expected to rule glades from birth, and he does. He was tutored and trained. So was I. Frankly, I wasn't sure what was expected of me until my father sent me to the borderlands. To lord over a castle there.
What would make you a good lord?
I'm sure I wouldn't have made much of one.
You could do worse, you Easterners. What if a king had a stupid or weak or cruel child? You all suffer. In the borderlands, we always follow the strongest and most cunning, no matter where they come from.
What about the Odedan?
It's the same.
Well, my brother is not stupid. Or weak. We will not have suffered for him becoming king. It's only a matter of a few minutes that the kingdom could have had a blind ruler.
You are a twin.
I am. So perhaps fate isn't so bad at choosing leaders after all. Theo is a natural leader. People listen to him.
They would not do the same for you?
Why would anyone listen to a blind woman?
Because you listen to them.
Are you listening, Alex?
Yes, sorry, Uncle. Just wondering why you're not drawing your sword.
I have something else in mind today, Alex. The sword is an elegant weapon made for self-defense on the road. Easy to carry and easy to dismiss as ornamental. Your shield, however, makes it a weapon of war. There are other weapons you will only find on the battlefield. Brutal weapons made to pierce armor and crush bone. This, Alex, is a war hammer.
A war hammer?
Actually, it's a wooden maul. A safer substitute for training against a true war hammer. It's not much heavier than your sword, but it serves a much different purpose. When wielded by a strong enough opponent, blows from these weapons can injure, even through your shield. Blocking heavy attacks from these weapons is still better than taking the full force of the blow. However, blocking will wear you down, and it is best to interrupt the swing with your own well-timed attack. Are you ready?
I doubt it, but let's give it a go.
On guard. Excellent. Very good. Finally, I'm going to come at you with alternating heavy attacks and quick combos. Start with your shield raised, while you listen for which attack is coming.
Listen for the type of attack. Interrupt the heavy attacks and block and counter the quick combos.
Excellent. Very good. I pray you have no cause to face these weapons in battle, but a soldier must be prepared.
Soldier? I thought I was a princess.
A princess should not ask a subject to be something she's not willing to be herself.
I understand.
What if he tries some enemy back against my father?
The valley is much wider here in the mountains. It feels good to be in open country again.
We're exposed out here.
So are our enemies.
Sound more like my uncle.
Game options menu. Use arrow keys to cycle through menu options.
Pour aujourd'hui, on a quand même fait beaucoup de choses, hein. On en a appris plus sur Alex.
Game difficulty settings.
Devez lire ma colonne 2. Devez lire au 20.
Donc moi ce que je vais vous dire c'est ce que je vais vous dire c'est bonne matinée, bon après-midi, bon appétit, bonne soirée, bonne nuit. J'espère que vous aimez encore ce let's play, hein. Je pense qu'on approche de la fin, hein, connaissant ce style de jeu là. On doit s'approcher de la fin. Moi personnellement j'aime encore bien ce jeu. Malgré que j'ai un peu de misère à comprendre certains bouts du scénario. Comme j'ai dit, si vous remarquez des mauvaises traductions que je fais, n'hésitez pas à me les signaler. Donc, moi, ce que je vais vous dire, c'est à la prochaine pour une autre vidéo. Ça va être demain.